What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of What I'm Buying. This series is all about me picking up cards for decks I want to build, sometimes for investments, although you really shouldn't treat Magic as an investment. You should actually play with your cards. And this one is extremely special because not only do I just have a ton of stuff to open, I got something very special, the most I've ever actually spent on a Magic card. We're going to save that one for last, but without further ado, let's get opening. All right, I got my storage box, I got my sleeves. Let's get going. So I don't really know what's in all of these. I mean, I know what I've purchased, but I don't know what's gonna come out first. And first one is Chaos Defiler. Now, this is from the Warhammer 40k precons, the EDH ones. But this has actually been seeing a decent amount of play in Legacy, specifically Painter decks, which is actually what I bought these for. I don't have Painter fully built out yet, but it's definitely been on my wish list to build. I also have a Helm combo, which has some of the same pieces, so I saw a good price for these and decided to pick them up. Next up is Prowling Cephalopods. Not the most exciting card. Really just prevents your cool stuff from getting countered. I was working on an Archlich Pioneer combo deck, and this seemed pretty important considering all the main combo pieces are creatures, and blue-white control decks and Pioneers seem to be on the rise, at least in my meta, so I wanted to get a few of these just to have some for some sideboard tech. Do they tape the card in? Nope, we're all good. All right. Okay. Ooh, Death Grip. I think this is the 4th edition foreign black border in Korean, I'm pretty sure. I wanted a black border version of this card for my Dead Guy Ale premodern deck, and I wasn't going to really pay beta or alpha prices to get black border, and the effect is simple enough. You pay 2, it counters a green spell, which is pretty nice. So yeah, definitely nice to see these. Hey, Spell Pierces. I really like this borderless art from Duel Masters 2022, and I've really just been picking up as many of these as I can get because Modern and Pioneer seem to run a decent amount of Spell Pierces, so having more is never a bad idea. Next up, we got Scapeshift. Do you know that Scapeshift is legal in Pioneer? I think it was M21, so of course at 21 got a printing. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, but it seems like they keep printing more and more cards that care about lands and graveyards. There's a new one from the new 1 set that got leaked, and I feel like Scapeshift is going to be a good card in Pioneer. It's already a fantastic card in Modern, and I only have 2 right now, but I feel like I needed a couple more. I think I only got 1 in this order, but there's another one coming. Maybe it'll even be in the pile. Hey, Allosaurus Shepherd. So I actually had a playset of this guy already for my Legacy Elves deck, but with all the cool 30th anniversary reprints, the Advent calendar ones, not the really bad ones, I picked up a bunch of full art pieces that you needed for Legacy Elves, like Glimpse of Nature and Heritage Druid. And I was looking at it like, well, I already have a couple other full art pieces, so how much can I make the Elves deck full art? And Allosaurus Shepherd got a nice reprint. It's dropped a ton. It's no longer a $70 card. Even this one I think was only in the like 30s, low 30s. So yeah, picking up a full playset of these, probably gonna sell off the other ones because this art is just awesome. Next up is one that looked like it kind of went through the ringer. Hopefully it's fine. Usually people have gotten better about putting good cards in double sleeves. Oh, this is taped too. Okay. Not my favorite when they tape on the inside of the envelope, but I guess I get it. Hey, Mishra's Baubles from Finch and Sparrow. These have dropped a ton, and honestly, the schematic version is my favorite. I'm picking up as many of these foil variants as I can just because they look so cool. All right, what do we have here? Okay, I don't actually remember buying a Japanese Temple Garden, but I guess I did. Oh wait, I know what this one is for. This is also for my Legacy Elves deck. I didn't want to spring for a full art Temple Garden from the new Unset. I actually don't really care for how that specific Shocklands art looks. I love pretty much everyone else, but that one I just wasn't vibing with. But I wanted something a little more special than a normal English Shockland, so I picked this up because I actually need more Shocklands anyways, and since it only runs one, it can be a special one. Ooh, we got another taped envelope. Not my favorite. Ooh, and they were very excessive with the tape. All right, come on. I'll say this for anyone who cares, but I imagine most sellers don't. You don't need to tape it to the inside of the envelope. You just need to tape the card to the invoice. That way the card doesn't move, and there's no way the letter's gonna move in the thing. At least I'm pretty sure. All right, we got a Great Furnace to lead off, but there's definitely more cards in here. This was one of the reprints from, I think, the Mishra EDH deck. And first time the artifact land has actually been in Old Border. And yeah, I said I was building Painter, and Painter's Servant runs at least a couple of these. I think I actually need a fourth one still, but the buyers I could find only had at most 3 of these, so 3 is what I got. There's probably another one somewhere. Okay, next up, Bitter Reunion. This card is seeing tons of play in both Modern and Pioneer. I personally run a bunch of copies in Grixis Creativity, which I did take to a top 8 at a 50-person RCQ in my area, which was a ton of fun. Second time getting top 8 at that specific store, so I don't know if it's my lucky store or what, but yeah, I feel like these cards are kind of undervalued right now. I just mostly picked up enough copies so I could play foil versions in all the decks that I'm using them in. Just the ability to give haste to your entire board for 1 mana, and it has a rummage ability is just fantastic, especially in reanimator decks, decks that care about the graveyard, even decks that go wide. I feel like this is a solid card to have. Next up, we have a lot of packaging. For some Terminates. Again, the full art Duel Masters 2022 art is just amazing. I never seem to have enough Terminates with this specific art, so I picked up a couple more. They're still really, really cheap right now. I don't imagine that's going to stay that way forever. So if you've been meaning to pick some up, I think you should do it as soon as you can, because I don't know when they're going to reprint the art for this specifically. It'll probably be a few years. And in my opinion, Terminate doesn't exactly have the best art choices. Even this one's not amazing, but it's still leaps and bounds above any of the other ones. Except for maybe the F&M promo, like full art ones, but even those, I think this is still a little bit better. I don't know why the mail looks like it's going through the ringer lately. Maybe some kind of new machine at my local post office or something. Who knows? Luckily, it hasn't been affecting the cards. People have been packing them properly. That's always appreciated. Speaking of that Astarak combo deck, Relic of Legends. Now, Relic of Legends is a pretty great card just in Commander, but people are experimenting with it in Pioneer. Modern, I think Aspiring Spike was doing some brews with it. Just being able to not only get a mana rock out for 3, but also being able to tap any legendary creature for whatever mana you need is kind of insane. I only picked up 1 right now because this is actually going in my Magda deck, but I have a bunch of non-foil copies that I've been experimenting with in Acererak and other combo decks. I'm trying to make a red-green Legends Matters deck that also uses Bard's class. Not quite there yet, but this definitely helps. And of course, Takenuma, the channel lands are all fantastic. Who knows when they're going to get reprinted again? Probably not until a Masters set, because I don't think we're going back to Kamigawa for another few years. So whenever I see one for a decent price, I tend to pick it up, especially in black or, well, green, because black and green are my 2 favorite colors. So yeah, just, you can never have too many of these. Next up, we have something directly from TCG Direct. I tend to go with the best priced items, but sometimes those are through TCG Player Direct. So let's see what was worth paying for TCG Direct. Well, Shocklands make a lot of sense. Breeding Pool, okay, that's a pretty good start. Some of the schematic, Liquid Metal Coatings, Semblance Anvils, Kinnan, again for Acererak, combo deck. And yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, probably the Breeding Pool is what put it over the edge for that that free shipping. Okay, this one is overly taped. I'm not gonna be able to rip it. So Force of Will just got a reprint, which is one of the reasons why I picked this one up, because it had finally dropped below 80 bucks, which is just fantastic. I already had 3 of this, so I needed a matching set. I've had the other 3 for years. And I'm very happy to finally have a complete set. I can finally take that proxy out. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, definitely one of the bigger pickups. I actually forgot this was going to be in the mail set as well. So we do have a few more packages to go, but definitely a highlight. Okay, well, what's going to follow up Force of Will? So this is a bit of a meme. But I was trying to build an all border, specifically all white border Pioneer deck. Now, Corrupt Court Official got a reprint in Streets of New Capenna. Otherwise, it's only ever been printed in Portal 3 Kingdoms, which did tank the Portal 3 Kingdoms price a decent amount. But in order to build said deck and actually show up in my FNM with it, I needed the Portal 3 Kingdoms version. So the art itself is pretty fantastic. I love white border cards. I don't like when they mismatch though, so I either try and go all white border or not at all if I can help it, or at least all white border lands. For my drafts, I always have a set of 7th edition white border lands because that's when I first got my official first deck. I've been playing earlier than that, but that was when I got like that starter set. So I have a lot of nostalgia for white borders. I have a lot of nostalgia for just old border in general. And these are fantastic. For now, they're going to go in the Pioneer deck, but I'm definitely putting these in some other decks that are actually going to be good. The Pioneer deck is terrible. I'll link to it down below if you really want to see it, but there hasn't been a ton of white border reprints into Pioneer, especially in just 2 colors, and there's like no color fixing. There's just the pain lands that we just got. We are down to 3 packages left, including the big one. If you guys have made it this far, comment down below what your favorite card was. What are you looking forward to from 1? Hopefully I'll have this video edited and out by then. I know I've been a little slow on videos lately. Oh yeah. This is a good one. All right, there's lots of good stuff here. First off, we have some Japanese bolts. Just absolutely beautiful. God, these look so good. These have to go in sleeves right away. I'm sorry. We're gonna take the time. So this has been on my list for a while to get black border bolts, and the easiest way to do that is foreign. And for most of the time I tend to get Japanese just because I like the way it looks. I cannot read Japanese, but aesthetically it's super pleasing, and you know me, I'm a graphic designer. Aesthetics are pretty important. Yeah, those are so pretty. Very happy to finally have those. Next up is another little project I've been working on. My premodern elves deck is about 80% foiled. I'm slowly working towards it. One of the things I need for it are foil Gaia's Cradles, and that's probably never going to happen, but I needed just one more foil Wirewood Symbiote, and it's all old border foils too, of course. It's pre-modern. You have to pick the old borders to actually play it. It's not a real rule, but it's unwritten rule. So this is just awesome. I finally get to complete that set. And we're just going to keep the hits going. Umezawa's Jite, I just needed more than one copy. I'm tired of swapping it between decks. That's awesome. And then some City of Brasses. The prices on these were pretty crazy good. I think you can never have too many of these. I know they got a reprint in the Double Masters 2022, but this art is my favorite. Again, it's white border, which kind of sucks, but there are some pre-modern decks that run these, and I think these are for a all white border pre-modern deck. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what I have these earmarked for. This is the last package before the big one. I'm so excited to open it, guys. You have no idea. Thank you if you stuck around this far. Again, make sure to like and subscribe too. I'll probably mention that at the end as well, but yeah, I like doing these. It's really tough for me to save up my packages for a couple weeks to do one of these videos, which is why I haven't done one in a while. So if you guys enjoy it, make sure to let me know, because it is fun just to kind of talk through and open things up for you guys. Underworld Breach. So Underworld Breach has been making waves again in Modern. Who knew? Not only is the Breach deck doing well in placings, but we recently figured out that it's good in Shadow decks. Who knew? All those one-mana cantrips and damage spells and creatures. Yeah, it turns out bringing all those back is a great way to win the game. So I actually had 2 Underworld Breaches already. The deck usually runs 3. I actually cracked those in Theros packs, so I didn't feel too bad about picking this up for the raid it was currently going for, because even all out, you know, I don't think I really spent that much on them. So great to have a third one of these. Probably going to be bringing Shadow to my FNM next chance I get. The deck just looks super fun. I used to play Shadow when Luris was still around, and when he got banned, I kind of grew out of playing the deck. Wanted to try some other stuff. So now that it's back on top, or at least considered tier 1, I'm really excited to give it a shot again, because I really loved playing that style of deck. And then only one was left. All right, I'm going to try and figure out how to open this without flashing the address, as there's no way to open it from the back. Oh, it's actually double packed. Does this have an address on it? It does not. All right. Well, for a card like this, I feel like that is definitely acceptable. Oh yeah, I actually got a couple of things in this package. So hopefully I can arrange it so the big one is last. I was going to bust out the X-Acto knife, but I couldn't tell if these cards were behind plastic. Okay. I'm guessing that's the big one. We'll leave that down there. Like I said, I love getting Japanese versions of cards to get cheaper black border. Metalworker, I'm building a pre-modern mud deck. Also, I probably could play it in Legacy, I guess. It's not banned in Legacy, right? Pretty sure. I'm not as knowledgeable about Legacy as I am about Modern and Pioneer. I'm working on getting into it. I'm actually playing Legacy League, having a ton of fun, but it's definitely the least well-known of the formats that I actually play. So yeah, needed Metalworker. I need to get a full playset of them, slowly working on that. And then a couple Lord of the Undeads. Zombies are one of my favorite tribes, second only to elves. I don't think anything's ever actually going to be elves for me, but these were going for a really great price, and I wanted to build a zombie competitive deck at some point, and these seem like a pretty good shoe-in. And then Final Fortune. For a second I thought this got a reprint in the new set, but that is Last Chance. The one that's very similar to this. Love the art on this. Love the effect. Not exactly sure what deck I'm putting this in yet. My Magda deck could probably use this to pretty good effect, but we'll see if it makes the cut. And all these I'm going to sleeve up real quick just to delay the inevitable, because I know you guys want to see what the last card is, because I want to see what the last card is. I know what it is, and I'm still It's very exciting. This has been on my wish list for forever. It's one of my favorite not formats, but deck types to play. It's for Pox. It is Nether Void. This card is insane. Usually decks like Pox decks only run one of. I've seen some that run two ofs. The art's super cool. The artist fucking sucks, but it's the only printing of this card. And to play in competitive Legacy, you need to have the real cards. You can't put better art on it. So as much as the guy sucks, the card is awesome, and I needed it for my Pox deck. To make Pox even remotely competitive in this day and age, you kind of need this card. One printing of it. Yeah, I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Yeah, I'm going to leave this in its hard case for right now because I think I'm going to go wash my hands before I sleeve it up. Even though I washed my hands before I started, we just opened a shit ton of mail. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. More videos are coming. I have some gameplay videos that have been on a back burner for me to edit for forever. Hopefully those will be coming in the next couple weeks, work allowing. Thank you guys again. I'll see you next time.